Welcome to the Comedy Hype News Show Late Night. I'm your host, Symphony Thompson, and we have another very special episode. Today, we're talking all about backlash. Now, whether it's Raven-Symoné defending her 2014 comments when she said she's not African American, she's American, or about being an outsider in Black Hollywood. We're covering all that today with comedian Slink Johnson, who's celebrating the release of his latest Netflix animated series, Good Times. Let's take this one to the desk. Today is a very special episode, Lester, because one, it's our last episode for the season. I know it's sad, but it's good because we've had a great run.
We did.
But today, I'm not saying that just to say it. Like, today's guest is somebody that I love and adore. He's been on the show before we changed to this format. I remember meeting him and Teddy, and I'm gonna kind of go in there a little bit, like when they first, just so loving and welcoming and open. And I'm talking about the one. The only Mr. Slink Johnson.
Booyah!
Hey!
Booyah!
Thank you.
It's been far too long.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, Lester, Symphony.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
how you been?
I've been outstanding, man. I've been great. You know, can't complain about a thing, man. God is good. I'm here. I've been granted opportunities. I'm alive and well, so ain't much more I can really ask for.
Absolutely. Now, Slink, today something that I don't know why it never clicked with me before, but I was very surprised to get some information about you today.
What's that?
You're from Arkansas?
Yes. I was born in Arkansas.
What? But you're like, when I think of Slink, I think of LA. Like, he's so
For
LA.
real?
He
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
the swag, the way you talk, so how long when did you go to LA?
I moved to Los Angeles when I was 10. So
Gotcha, okay.
that was a perfect time. You know, again, children are sponges, and I was still a sponge, and it was the perfect time. It wasn't even like a culture shock for me. It was like just moving into a bigger environment, you know what I mean? So I kind of took to the city like a fish to water.
Yeah, no, and like I said, every time you think of Slink, you think of LA, you think of like real raw, oh, that's my guy. Like, that's my guy from LA. Like, I know Mr. Slink Johnson of LA.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, a lot has been in the news, and when we think about LA, most times people do associate that with Hollywood, right? And then there's this perception of like Hollywood being fake. So I want to kind of get to some of those topics, but also just your thought of, especially you've been in LA since you were 10, and then having a different site to it, right? Because you've been a part of Hollywood, so you know what's that like, but you've also been raised in LA. What are your thoughts when people talk about LA as like being fake and, you know, it's just a bunch of fake people that's just trying to make it?
I mean, I agree.
Okay.
However, I think that's everywhere. And, you know, in a city like Los Angeles, being the entertainment capital of the world, you know, kind of like Atlanta now, you know what I mean? It's a whole lot of pompous, arrogant attitudes and facades and airs of divinity around, but you know, it just is what it is, and that's the nature of the business. Because we're in cities where that business is prevalent, it's gonna come with that. And you know, a lot of times people can get confused, and you know, it's gonna be a lot of times the people that say that are people that move to LA from other places chasing the business. You don't go get you a job at McDonald's, you coming to be a star.
Right.
You're not coming, you ain't living in the hood with the regular people, with the real people of LA, like I like to say. You know, not to say that anybody is less real than the next, but you know, the people that don't have their aspirations on Hollywood or fame and fortune.
Yeah. How do you stay so grounded in all that though? Because like I said, every time I meet you, you're always down to earth. I've never heard a bad thing as far as like people that I meet that have had direct contact with you. How do you stay grounded, you know, amongst that and amongst your success? You know
what, Symphony? I think for me, age played a part. You know, just basically being able to, you know, be granted certain opportunities that propel me to different heights at a different age in my life. You know, I think had I been younger and a lot less mature, I probably would have been, you know, more of a dickhead, pardon me. You know what I mean? But I think personally, what keeps me, I mean, I've done a lot in my journey so far. And I don't mean just Hollywood, I mean life. You know, I've seen some ups and downs and highs and lows. And I think with that comes the knowledge and the sense of empathy. And once you learn empathy, I think, man, that could be me. Like, yeah, I'm sitting here on the couch next to Lester, talking to Symphony right now. I'm popping, I got my diamond sweatshirt on. I'm talking about my baby mama. Look, you see, I'm out here, bitch. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm popping right now.
Right.
But Fulton County Jail full of niggas, and they got a spot for me if I mess up. So hey man, I ain't no different than nobody else.
Yeah.
I just been afforded and granted some amazing opportunities I'm so thankful for, and that's just, hey man, but at the end of the day, I do like to say this too. One thing that keeps me grounded is the fact that I feel like watching Hollywood and being a student of the game as long as I have, and being a fan of art and music and film and the culture, I see how Hollywood is a machine. It can chew you up and spit you out. They'll put you up high, propel you. You're the man, and when they tired of you, they chew you up and spit you out. Yeah. Now I could be a certain type of guy and be a certain type of way with people, and then I put it like this: I could act like I'm too much for folks, but when Hollywood chew me up and spit me out, and I want to come back to folks I was acting like I was too much for, they don't want me, so I ain't got nowhere to go. So I feel like my credibility and my social status in the street mean more than anything Hollywood can give me.
Yeah, and I can always feel that. Like I said, anytime I have a conversation, just see you anywhere. Like, one thing I know for sure and for certain, like, Slink is always going to be Slink, no matter what room he's in. You're going to get that same energy, same person. Something that you mentioned about, like, Hollywood chewing you up and spitting you out. And this is going to be a little bit of controversial, so I don't even know if that segue is... Shoot it. We've seen Diddy in the news, and we talked about it a lot on the show. And this one is just one of those things that's going to keep running. I want to get your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts seeing all this unfold? We've seen recently, 2 of his homes got raided at the same time. His 2 sons being detained. What are your thoughts surrounding that?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say I wasn't there. I wasn't there for any of that stuff that they talk about that he's done, and that's not to say that I don't believe he did it, or then I say I believe it. I wasn't there.
Right.
It's rather unfortunate. I hate it for him being, especially being such a driving force in our culture. He's been a part of the soundtrack of our lives for so long, and I hate it for him. But that's a tricky bag, bro. I don't know what you've been on, bro. And it's just wild, man. I just, I hope all parties involved are receive whatever type of justice or the feeling they want. And hey, man, I don't know, man. That's that, man. I just know I met the dude back in '95.
Where it wasn't at a party?
I know, right? It was this popular club, and it was a popular diner in LA called Larry Parker's.
Okay.
I met Puff and when he was promoting Biggie's album, and I walked in there, and I seen this girl I know. She was in there with him, and they was in there chilling. It's just one dude, mama. They was in there chilling with the little Davion, but they was in there chilling. And she introduced me to the dude, and she introduced me to him. She said, "Hey, this is my friend Puff." And he said he introduced himself as Sean. I was like, "Okay, cool. What's up?" He shook my hand. I shook his and shit. And he offered me a drink. I ain't take it. Because he was walking around the club all night talking about take that. I'm glad I didn't take it.
Wait, I cannot stand you. Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't either then. I'm glad it was at a diner.
I didn't want it, man. He was like, take that. He was dancing and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was 95. I was a thug then. I was dancing and shit, man.
You've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
You said that was back when he was promoting Biggie album.
That was when he was promoting Biggie
album.
album.
You've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you are able to not be present at these places. That way we don't have to,
I've been a fly on the wall in a lot of places.
But not those.
Not those.
Okay.
Not those.
Slink, I gotta ask you, when I first saw you, I thought you were a ball player because you tall and everything. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about Angel Reese and her declaring for the WNBA draft? Do you think the WNBA draft is the right institution for black female athletes?
I asked her, is it the right institution for her? And if and hopefully it is. And to answer your other question, is it the right institution for black female athletes? I don't know. And why don't somebody make it?
What you think about the big 3? Ice Cube League, because I know he offered Caitlin Clark
$5
their
million.
their biggest offer. And that information came out before he was ready. But I would be interested to see her get an offer from Big Three.
I would love that too. I love Ice Cube. Ice Cube is fair.
Yeah.
I love Ice Cube, man. Shout out to Ice Cube. Get them girls their money. And you know, I love to see anybody prospering and making a living doing what they love and being fairly compensated for doing what they love, especially if they do it on a high level. And I hope that she get all her money. And why can't she do the WNBA and the Big Three? They figure it out some kind of way. You know, y'all make all them loopholes for them YT people.
You talking about Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark?
I'm talking about all of them.
All of them, okay.
I'm talking about all of them. Angel Reese, though, that's the little homegirl. So I'm talking about Angel.
Right.
But you know, we're going to be PC.
Yeah. Well, Slink, I appreciate you. Now, let's get into some topics. And one of them actually involves your new animated series, so let's hop in there. So last week, Netflix would release the trailer to their new animated series, Good Time, which is described as a reimagining of the popular 1970s Norman Lear sitcom. Slink, you are one of the voices of the characters in the show. Now, first, before we dive into, you know, people say, how do you feel? What was that like? Getting that call to be a part of this show?
Oh man, Symphony, that was an outstanding call. Man, I think it came through Carl Jones, Devon Shepard, Renata Shepard. I think, I don't remember who gave me the initial call, but I'm always happy to work.
Yeah.
First of all, let's look at it like this, to work. To work. I'm happy to work when a lot of people are not working.
Yeah.
So it's just definitely a blessing to be able to work.
Yeah.
So I was ecstatic.
Yeah. What made you want to be a part of the series? Like when they said like, hey, this is.
I mean, to be able to be attached to such a great ensemble, cast of characters, Yvette Nicole Brown, J.B. Smoove, Jay Farrow, you know, all the great cast. Norman Lear, Steph Curry is Seth MacFarlane is connected to it. And you know, again, back to what we were talking about earlier, Hollywood and the business, this is the business. Yeah. And it's dope to be on paper next to some people in certain regards. In certain regards. You don't want to be on paper on every paper though, please. You don't want to be on any paper, just certain papers is good to be on with people.
Correct.
You don't want, matter of fact, yeah.
You gotta be
paperwork. It's certain paperwork, not paperwork, but paper.
Now, speaking of paper, have you seen the reviews that people have been giving the show?
Oh, I've been seeing some very colorful and very encouraging reviews, man. I'm really loving them, man. I'm so happy that the people are checking it out right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to be, you know what I'm saying, to get the spotlight on you for a change for the great things you do. I really appreciate that.
Okay, yes, that, because I will say when I saw you post it, I didn't even know what it was, and I think I commented under like, you're so amazing. Like I did love seeing you work. Like that was my thing. Once I saw you post something, I think I saw like, I didn't even like have to read everything. It was just like, yo, I'm happy for Slink to be able to still be working because you're so funny. You're such a good guy. Like, and I want to see you continue to succeed. Now, obviously, there are some people, and I don't even know if people, from what I've seen, and I don't know what you're getting, they're not necessarily criticizing the cast. It seems like they're more so criticizing
the brand,
the show, and like things like that. So, what's been your reaction to the criticism when people talk about like, oh, you know, seeing Good Times in this light, in this animated series? It's of course, people are talking about like it being for kids. Like I can't sit down and watch it with my kids. You know, seeing babies with guns and like all these different type of things. And I think that's your character. So what's your reaction to the criticism?
Oh man, wow. Good Times streaming April 12th on Netflix. Check out Good Times streaming April 12th on Netflix. Oh, my feeling is this. You know, I got a whole lot of feelings. You know, I'm a parent. I have 5 children that I'm very active and involved in all their lives, and I love them to death. And you know, to point on what you said about it's not for children, it's not for children. It's not for children. I am a parent, and this is a whole nother conversation, but the internet and social media is a Pandora's box that you have to control as a parent because it's not my job to raise your kids. You have to filter what comes into your home. Now, you as a parent have to be the one with the gift of discernment to understand reality and satire. That's it.
Yeah.
Some things are satirical. I'm sorry if it might hurt your feelings, but it's satire.
Yeah, when I saw the criticism, and like I said, we talked about it on the show. My thing was when I heard from when we heard from Eric Monte's family, like not agreeing with it. The only thing I thought was like I would have loved for them to, be on the back end. But again, that has nothing to do with
I would too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That has nothing to do with the cast. But that was my main thing. Was like I wish they could have been a part of it on the back.
No, and one thing for sure, you stressed that that's not part of the cast. No, I never take it at that. I never take it as that because I never take it personally because if it wasn't me, they'd be saying the same thing.
Right.
If it wasn't the people involved, it was a whole new cast of characters. They still had the same thing to say about it. So that's neither here nor there. Don't knock it till you try. Watch it, check it out, man. It's satire. It's No, it's not the original Good Times. Just like you not your grandparents. Simple. It's a different time, different climate. You not your grandparents. Your grandmother was a strong, virtuous woman. Now look at you. You was a floozy at the hookah bar. Your grandfather used to have a cold 2-3 jobs. Now look at you. You still selling nickels and breeding pit bulls. Shut up.
Lester, let me get you to chime in because I know we talked about this. Getting some perspective from somebody that's actually a part of the show. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, congratulations on booking that role, bro.
Because I know, to you too.
Yeah, because as an actor myself, I know it's tough to get roles like that. So if you could get something like that, more power to you. But I'm more interested in the process, the recording process. What was that like? Were they trying to say, okay, I want you to sound like this, or make your voice go up this way, or did you have full control over how it sounded?
I never have full control. Of course, when you're doing animation and when you're doing film projects, if you're not the writer, producer, actor, director, you're never in full control. So, again, I am directed. I have different vocal inflections, you know what I'm saying? What's on the script is what's on the script. I was given chance to, kind of translate my own. Certain words I might change, but for the most part, I'm gonna say the same script. Certain flavors I might give to it, and that's why I like to think they book me for certain, different certain flavors and things of that nature. But yeah, I'm directed. They give me the, tell me, say it like this. But the craziest part about it though, Lester, that I think a lot of people understand was I be in there shooting that shit by myself.
You're what?
So there's nobody in there with you?
There's nobody in there with me. I was not there with JB Smooth, Yvette Brown, nobody.
Does that make it harder?
No.
Because it's like, I'm thinking like bouncing back, like especially like conversation scene, like.
Right.
It doesn't, really?
No, because you got great directors who are reading you in, and it's actually a very streamlined process when it's done right. And I'm so thankful for the producers and the people over there at Good Times. They laid it out. They banged it out quick, and it was easy. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you're working with professional people, you know what I mean, and it's gonna work out. You know.
So Slink, let me ask you: do you understand the backlash? Because I know this isn't the first time that you've gotten it, or that we've seen it. So do you have some understanding of why people feel the way they do?
Oh, absolutely, Symphony. I understand the backlash totally. Again, with Black Jesus, it was under fire before people saw it, before people got a chance to really marinate with it and sit with it. People were really up in arms about it. And it's the same thing going on right here with Good Times, man. And it's all right, man. I just tell people, chill out and just see it first. People love just crapping on each other, man. You haven't even given it a chance. You get a trailer, a couple of images, and you're gonna make a whole synopsis of it based on that. There are a lot of what may be unsavory elements that people may be able to point out. But hey, man, it's a cartoon, it's satire. You got other cartoons where that's absurd. Family Guy, Stewie, a criminal mastermind. It's absurd. All the crazy stuff that goes on King of the Hill or South Park. So come on, man, stop holding black work up to such high standards. When, like I said, some absurd ass cartoons that are not black are critically acclaimed.
And people love it.
And people love the absurdity.
People eat it up. People are always talking about it. And it's I didn't think about that, like when I was seeing the backlash, but hearing you say that, it's like wait a second, like yeah, I know people who love Family Guy who stand by it. I recently got put onto like the Cleveland Show and like the Simpsons, and well obviously I've been on the Simpsons, but Cleveland Show, but seeing all these different ones that have, like you said, are critically acclaimed, people eat it up.
What's crazy too, a lot of people are complaining they 20 and 30 something, y'all wasn't even watching that show. Shut your ass up. You don't even know what the original Good Times really was. You wasn't even watching that shit.
Yeah.
You saw a couple episodes on TV Land and think you know some shit. Shut your ass up.
And you know what? Some people would even say like the Good Times then was stereotype.
Yeah, hell
like
yeah, it was stereotype. A black family living in a project with no food to eat, a God-fearing mother that wouldn't let you have no, you better return that money. Mama, I found it in the alley. It was sitting there by itself. Well, you gotta find the owner. We ain't got no goddamn food in the refrigerator, mama. You lucky daddy didn't commission JJ to go move that sack. Go move that word.
Now, I seen you post a picture that I got excited for, you and Carl Jones, which
Yeah.
Carl Jones has been on the,
Yeah.
and you asked the question like, oh, and I think actually the We Are Martian.
Yeah, We Are Martian B, yeah.
Yeah, asked the question like, would you want to see, I think it was a skit, like an animated skit. What was that pertaining to this project? Because I know he was originally a part of the producer, but I think he left because of creative differences. So is that what the post was about? Because I got excited.
No.
When I saw you and Carl Jones, I was like, wait a second. Hold on.
Actually, I ran into Carl, and shout out to We Are Martian B, man.
Yeah.
They're very good folks, man. Support myself and Carl. Tough. Thank you so much, We Are Martian B. I ran into Carl at a movie premiere for a movie I just did called Drugstore June. And we were at the premiere, and I think he's involved because the director and Carl are friends, and Carl introduced me to director Matt Goosen, and we became friends, and Carl came to the movie premiere, and we took a picture.
Yeah.
And the picture people took it, and We Are Martian B posed that question, and it's a good question. Would you like to see a skit, or
Yes.
I'm gonna say a series or something?
Yeah.
I would love to personally, because Carl Jones, man, people have no idea how instrumental in my career and me getting on as Carl Jones is. Carl Jones is very instrumental in my getting on in my early development, especially with the Black Jesus, Super Rumble Mix Show stuff. Carl Jones, Brian Ash, great friends of mine, great producers, great writers, man, I love those dudes, and I can't wait to get back in pocket and do a real project with him, because I kind of hate that, he was on at the beginning of Good Times, and, whatever happened, and he's not there.
Did they give any insight as to why, or it was just kind of like?
I don't ask no question.
Makes sense. Hey, look, I'm here to get it done. I'm just here so I won't get fired.
You know why I came here.
I'm just here so I won't get fired.
Right.
Yeah, no, the answer is yes.
Yes.
We would love to see, no, we don't want to see a skit. We want to see a series.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you and Carl Jones have done great work, so I would absolutely love
Carl's
to
a
see
genius.
that.
Carl is so instrumental in the culture.
He is.
I don't think people understand, like, there's certain people in the game that you heard of that you ain't really seeing like that, that are really driving the culture. Like, a lot of these big names are going to these people for different insight, punch-ups, things of that nature. And Carl is one of those people that people go to, you know what I mean, from the creative process from beginning to end, or punching it up or making it better. Carl and Brian, they're always going to do those things.
Yeah, no, I love Carl. Can't wait to see. Like I said, yes, Slink and Carl. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes.
Hook that shit up. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Slink, I wanted to ask you a question, because I asked Takara Williams this very same question last episode, and you're so funny. Do you ever ask yourself, why am I not on a Netflix? Because I feel like I was just watching Netflix a couple days ago, and I wasn't laughing at a lot of the comedy on there. No shot at Netflix or the people who are on there, but why is it that people like yourself, Takara Williams, aren't being pushed?
You know what though? Lester, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I do think about that. Like, damn, why I can't? Why I'm not?
Yeah.
But that's only being human. But at the end of the day, man, I just feel like personally, I just try to keep my head down and keep working, and I can't worry about it, because I decided early in my career that you know, especially in the stand-up thing, I was struggling like, like what direction to go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a thing, you know, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna come out with a rubber chicken or am I gonna
What's gonna be my gimmick?
Am I gonna do? And I'm like, no, at the end of the day, I told myself, no, I'm just gonna, you know, be the best me I can, be the best comic, the best Slink Johnson I can, the best actor I can, and I'm just gonna let them come to me. So they're gonna come to me. You know, I might be a little bit brash right now. You know, I'm coming to your house, you know, I'm putting my feet on your table and shit. I'm gonna dump some ashes off. But I'm gonna clean the ashes off. You know what I'm saying? I might go in there and whip up a nice ass shepherd's pie that you might really like. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. So just give me a chance. So I just let them come to me. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they come to me. If not, I just appreciate all the real supporters, because I can walk right out here right now. Taj know we've been riding around and I get so much love, and I appreciate it. So if they never come for me, I'm happy that the niggas on the West End right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that the cats in South Central, you know what I mean? In the low bottoms, cats in Chicago, Detroit, Dallas, they rock with me. That's what matters most. I need that money though.
I need that money though.
Now, speaking of stand-up and people being able, you actually will have a show here in Atlanta tomorrow at Atlanta Comedy Theater.
At the Atlanta Comedy Theater tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross. Come on and check me out. I got a brand new canary yellow leather tuxedo. I'm gonna wear that motherfucker tomorrow. It's gonna be nice. I got Symphony name airbrushed on the back.
That mean I got it, and it's 404 Day.
It's 404 Day, yeah.
So
my man B Tuck, my man B Tuck representing, coming out. He gonna feature for me. I got B Tuck. I got my homegirl T Barb coming out of Detroit to hosting. I got my homegirl Dominique LaRue coming out of LA. We're gonna have a grand old time. And whoever pull up, because you never know.
You never know.
In Atlanta, ain't no telling. My boy Rodney might pull up, and you know, hey man, it's a party, man. So. You know, that's Rodney Perry, that is. Shout out to Rodney Perry.
Correct.
That's a real G.
He is. We love him.
That's my boy.
Yeah, no, I will definitely try to make it. It's tomorrow, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So if you're in Atlanta,
if you don't make it, and I got this damn Laker, this tuxedo on.
I feel like I have to come now. I gotta cancel all plans.
I got her 5th grade
I would definitely
picture on the back.
I'm canceling all plans. I gotta be there.
You gotta,
I gotta be there. But it's you. So I always want to make sure I show up for you anyway.
Thank you.
Now let's go into this last topic. Now I don't know if y'all remember Raven-Symoné interview that she did with Oprah, where she talks about being African American. Well, she has cleared up her controversial comments where she stated she doesn't like labels and referred to herself as not African American, just American. During an episode of her podcast, Tea Time with Raven and Miranda, the actress told her wife that those comments were taken out of context. Let's take a look at this clip.
So you don't want to be labeled gay?
I want to be labeled a human who loves humans. I'm tired of being labeled. I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American.
A lot of people on the internet thought I said that I wasn't black. And I never said that.
Difference.
There's a difference between being black and
mean?
African. When I say that African American does not align with me, that label, it doesn't mean that I'm negating my blackness. It means I am from this country. I was born here. My mom, my dad, my great, 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 great. And that's what I'm saying. I understand my history. I understand where my ancestors come from. I identify as straight American. I'm an American, not an African American.
Now that Raven has cleared her original statement, it looks like many understand and now agree with what she has to say. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I wanna hear both of your thoughts. We'll be back right after this.
Culture sounds like shea butter, like kente cloth, like hot sauce, like a hug with 2 pats and a slide, like pride, like a hair bucket with oils and ribbons and bows, like my forces are all white, but my mama black.
I want to dive into this, Lester. I'll come to you first, Lester. What are your thoughts on, I guess, the whole Raven situation, right? Because that was, I think, 2014 that she said the
10 years.
10 years. And now she's coming back to talk about what are your thoughts on it? What were your thoughts on the initial, comments from Raven?
Well, I think what Slink was saying earlier, that when you're younger, you might not know any better, you might not have the knowledge or the wisdom to say certain things. So I gave her a pass on that. And now that she brought it back up, it seems to me that it still bothers her.
Yeah.
After all these years later. But I just wish that she would have had an African American person on the show.
I agree.
Just to give it that balance, because she's sitting next to her wife.
White.
And her wife, exactly. So
You got to put that.
where is the objectivity? Yeah. I just wish that we could have gotten the other side of it.
Yeah.
Just to give it that balance.
Slink, what are your thoughts on it?
You want me to be honest, Stephanie?
Please.
You see what my friends just came here and brought me?
I did.
I don't really care about what she got going on because nowadays people can be what they want. They, him, he, she, hers, and theirs.
Yeah.
And it really don't matter because Raven ain't got nothing on my life. So God bless her. She can be what she want to be, and I pray to God she be happy being what she want to be. My question is, what are you raising your kids to believe that they are? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's go back to what I was talking about raising your kids. Quit worrying about what these celebrities is doing and saying and what they, you know, the kids is watching. Well, you need to be filtering.
What they're
I'm
watching.
just saying.
No, that's the truth. I think we're in a society where you're so quick to put an iPad in front of a kid or like to make them be quiet instead of, I remember I used to have to be forced to go outside, stay outside till the street lights come on. And, you know, obviously different times so you have to be a little bit more careful, but definitely get outside. In regards to Raven, that was my main thing, was seeing her have a conversation with her white wife, take her, that being her wife, just a white person who can't challenge you,
Yes,
doesn't
that's
really
what I'm
understand what it's like to be black and what, you know, why people feel the way they feel. So to me, it was just like I feel like
One-sided.
maybe just her wanting to say it because I think it still impacts her. I think she's kind of been shunned from the community a little bit. But she has to be accountable too, because Raven said some crazy stuff when she was on The View. One of the things I remember she said was she wouldn't hire someone with a ghetto name. So when you make
This your name, Raven.
Raven-Symoné.
Raven-Symoné.
I know this girl named Raven from Father's Hoover. She was real ghetto. Raven, you stay next door to me, man. Raven was ghetto. She was ghetto.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I see you really get into it. No, but when you say comments like that and then follow that up by hearing you say like, oh, I don't identify as African American, I'm American. That's where it stems from. Because if you hear Dr. Umar, which is crazy, if you hear Dr. Umar say, I'm American, not African American, I feel like people would listen with a different ear as opposed to Raven, who said some crazy things on The View and, you know, that ended up to her being kicked off.
And that's another thing. When we start taking all these celebrities so serious, people are paid to entertain.
But I have a question for both of you. She said, she being Raven, she doesn't like to be labeled. I'm just curious. There's a label with everything. Think about it. You fill out an application, they ask you black, white, Caucasian. That's a label, right? You can't get around that. I don't see how being labeled a certain thing is such a negative thing. If I'm black, I'm black.
I bet if they took that affluent label away from her ass, she'd care. Took that rich label away. Give me that label.
Give me that label.
Put that on a shirt.
No, but like if somebody
Disney money.
yeah, like Will Smith, right? For example, he got an Oscar. They usually introduce him as an Oscar winner.
Absolutely.
Like that's a label.
You like them labels, right? You like them labels.
Right, you like those labels.
Yeah.
You like those
know what I'm saying?
labels,
You can't
right?
Pick and choose what it is.
Yeah.
Right? She black, African American, whatever she wants. She can be whatever she want to be. Whatever she want to be. But I think the whole conversation is go back to, again, what is that teaching people?
Yeah.
How she thinks of herself may reflect on a whole lot of people how they think of themselves, and I understand why the dialogue, because you know we all want to be proud of who we are. And at the end of the day, you know, life is a journey. We on this big vessel, and just say our community is a big vessel. We're a big vessel of people, right? You got some of our people keep fighting, doing shit, and jumping off the boat, and we keep trying to save them. You gotta lead them niggas.
Come on. I was literally just saying this.
You gotta lead them niggas, man, because you're making the boat ride, be rocking the boat, you fighting. Come on, man, you keep jumping in the water. I'm losing all my life, my little thing saving you. Come on, you gotta lead them niggas, man.
Like I was just saying that the other day, because everybody can't go. It's impossible to think that everybody's gonna. think the way you think,
Benny the
and
Butcher.
get on this board, like you said, to the. Everybody can't go, and what I mentioned when we talk about Black Jesus, obviously, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But everybody can't make it into heaven. So if that's what's happening, little old me, baby, I can't bring you with me.
But who's to say she not in heaven already with her white wife and them slim cakes?
For sure.
I mean, some people like slim cakes.
She on a different boat.
Some people like slim cakes.
Some people do. Some people do. Not you though. Huh?
No, I like curvature.
I remember the last time you were here. You told me that.
I mean, sometimes slim cakes is cool. Sometimes.
y'all be. Little ones matter too.
No. Wait a minute, Symphony. Wait a minute. Before you start crying.
Okay.
Little ones absolutely matter. Now, slim cakes is a difference because you got slim cakes as pancakes.
Okay.
Say
pancakes.
pancake. You got
Pancakes.
And you got slim cakes that's little bubbles too, because you got slim cakes with curve. They don't always have a lot of mass. They got curve, you know what I'm saying? Like white women, they got them teardrop booties where they if they got yeek, it's at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Black women yeek stick out and to the side, but white women, if they got yeek like down by their back pocket, like damn, she got ass.
I know, Slink. It's always good having you here. Go ahead.
One more question for Slink.
What's up?
So you go by Slink, right? Mm-hmm. Why do they call you Slink?
I got that name in high school, tall and slinky. I actually picked up the name from a friend of mine. At the time, we were doing illegal, illicit activities and being bad. You know what I mean? We all had code names, and that was mine.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of just stuck. You know what I'm saying? I used to play left pistol for the Inglewood Carjackers. Like, I wasn't like, I wanted to be in an organized type of sport or something, but I was never good at basketball, but I was good robbing niggas.
Slink is you're always a good time. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have a special edition of Love Letters, sponsored by Penflow AI. You're watching the Comedy Hype News Show Late Night. I had such a good time.
Nah, that was a good time.
Tell me anything.
Nah, I loved it. Oh, yo, so you and your homegirl coming through tonight, right?
You got games?
Yeah, of course I got games. Yeah, I just pulled this game off at a hype market. It's called Comedy Hype. Yeah, me and my cousin were playing it last week with the fam. Yo, we were rolling. Mm-hmm. No, you're gonna love it. It's a trivia game. Yes, yeah, we do points and everything. I mean, you need some help. You can need to redeem yourself anyway from that Spades tournament last week. Yeah, you are trash.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. Of course it's fun. All right. Name the queens of comedy.
Symone, Monique, Tiffany.
Nah, you missed one now. That's why you need to rock with me, baby. I got all the answers.
We'll see.
All right, I'll see you tonight then. 9, just come at 9. You don't need to come no earlier. That's when everybody getting here. All right, 9 o'clock. All right, bye.
Welcome to another episode of Love Letters with Lester, powered by Penflow AI. So Symphony, Slink, last show, we had the whole Kendrick, Drake, and Cole debate, and we had a letter that I read if Drake would have responded with the Penflow AI voice. This go around, we gonna get you to read a letter from Penflow AI, and you're gonna be talking about your celebrity crush. You ready, Slink?
Who is your celebrity? Look, hold on.
Yeah.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Who is your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush?
Yeah.
My celebrity crush has to be the most beautiful, the most well-spoken, the most regal, the most amazing woman in the world.
What's her name?
Who?
Her name is Deborah Ayerende.
Oh.
I love her.
Well,
Okay.
I'm excited to hear this because your voice changed.
It did.
I don't know
It
where
dropped.
Slink from earlier went, but this is a different Slink. This is a different. I don't think I've seen this side of Slink.
I do have a wonderful, absolutely beautiful lady in my life. I love her to death.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 beautiful children together, and I love her to death. But as far as celebrity crushes go, celebritizing, we celebritizing right now. It gotta be my girl, Deborah Ayerende.
Okay.
I love her.
All right, on that note, DJ, let's set the mood. The floor is yours, Slink.
take my shirt off. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, my dearest sweet Deborah. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much I adore and I admire you. You have beautiful, stunning tresses, and your skin tone is absolutely radiant. So vibrant, it brightens my day. On top of that, you're an incredibly talented actress. I cannot wait to see where your career takes you. However, my only concern is that I hope that other people, like Lester, like John, or none of these guys at Comedy Hype, try to take up too much of your time. Because if they try to take up too much of your time, I might have to give up a lot of mine. You know, I truly believe you deserve to have the world at your feet. And I thank you for being such an inspiration to us all, my sweet Deborah. With great regard, love, comfort, protection, and provision, your loving Gerald.
So this not even Slink.
Oh, this not even Slick. Yo, that's what's up, bro.
She got Gerald
That's
from
what's up, bro.
Arkansas.
You got Gerald.
That's
man.
what's up, bro.
Is that how you got your lady?
Huh?
Did you talk to your lady like that? Is that normally how you talk to your crushes?
Oh man, you know it'd be different times. Some of my crushes, I got a couple of my crushes with this. I mean, you know, it depends. You know, different people. I think when I really like you, I deal with you different.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think me being a comic, me being funny, has always been a self-defense mechanism. Even when I was young, because I never could consider myself like the most handsome guy I am now. I know I'm the finest motherfucker in this room for sure. Ain't none of these niggas with me. But you know, I was, you know, coming up, I didn't feel that way. So, you know, when you know, being rejected for things, I make joke or make light of it. So, you know, kind of like, I was just joking unless you're gonna do it type shit. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older and more mature, you know, again, joking worked in my favor in that regard. But I still find myself, when I really find myself smitten with somebody, yeah, I'm like, I ain't really got nothing to say because I don't want, you know, I can't get RJ rejected.
No, but when I looked at her, she's gorgeous.
No, she is.
She is gorgeous, and her skin, it's okay. We sinking in. She's a beautiful woman.
Come back to us, bro. Come back to us, bro. Come back.
Gerald, come back.
Come back.
Gerald. That was a good one. I don't think anybody would have picked her. Though.
Yeah,
y'all watch her. She got a show called Riches, and I think it's on Amazon Prime. If it's
I saw it.
Y'all watch her on Riches right now.
it.
Check out Deborah Ayarinde on Riches. I love her.
Absolutely. No, I love that. Now, before you go, again, you have a show tomorrow, Atlanta Comedy Theater, new Netflix series. You want to tell everybody?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm at the Atlanta Comedy Theater Norcross tomorrow night, April 4th, 7 p.m. Come on, check out. Get them tickets, man. With your boy, I'm out here, you know, ATL, you know, I ain't smoked no cigarettes in a long time. I'm feeling good. I got my baby mom at home, so I ain't getting beat up. So y'all come on out here, check out the show, and watch Good Times streaming April 12th on Netflix. Netflix, April 12th, Good Times. I got a movie coming out called I Left My Heart in Colombia. We shot down there in Medellin, Colombia.
That's dope.
Last year, Drugstore June. I got another big cartoon in production right now. I wish I could tell you about it, but the NDAs are so big.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow.
You got me under my edge of the seat.
The NDAs is huge.
I know I can't ask for a hint with an NDA sign. So, well.
I'm going to tell you, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's animated.
Aw, man. Come on, bro. That could be anything.
But seriously, congratulations.
Congrats,
I
bro,
love seeing
for real.
you win. I love being able to have you around. So thank you again for stopping by.
Thank you, Symphony, and thank everybody at Comedy Hype, man. Like, everybody here, like, from the first day I came here to now, you guys always treat me like family. You always treat me good, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, you are family. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we got Tell Me the Good News. We'll be back right after this.
Hope you enjoyed this week's love letter. Need some help writing your next proposal or verbiage for your business site? PenFlow AI is the solution for you. By adding just a few prompts and clicks, this AI-powered and human-driven app will get you one step closer to completing your project. So head on over to penflowai.com to get your writing needs done today. Stop procrastinating and let's get it done.
It is time for one of my favorite segments, Tell Me the Good
News.
Lester, this time I want to do it different because, as I mentioned earlier, this is our last episode for the season. Before we get into Tell Me the Good News, what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about the season? What is this, 8? What are your thoughts surrounding it?
Well, first of all, I was running out of clothes.
Because
you can't come with the same clothes every episode. So I was like, dang, next week I don't got anything else. I got to go shopping. So now I'm good. I could just wear anything.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to really miss this. I feel like we created something very special. And I love your energy. And I'm hoping that we could work together again here at Comedy Hype.
Yeah, no, I agree. I remember just reflecting on it. Like the first time we shot it, it was just so seamless. It felt good after. There was just, and you know, sometimes you have things in like, there's like rough patches.
Little
you
hiccups.
have to you have to get in the flow of it. But the first time we shot, it just flows so well and it fits so perfect. So
it did.
I'm super excited and proud of what we've been able to create, having different segments, Tell Me the Good News.
Yes.
You know,
love letters.
One of my favorite. So looking back, do you have a favorite episode or a favorite? It can be segment, episode, guest.
I loved Rob Hayes and Takara Williams.
What'd you love about them?
I like Rob Hayes because I think he gets misunderstood. Because sometimes as comedians you think, oh, we're always happy and laughing and joking. But when he sat here with us, he gave us depth.
Yeah.
I felt like he really thought about his answers. He was present. He was serious and funny. And then when I watched his special, Frontin', I said, this guy is funny.
Yeah.
He's so talented. So I loved him. And then Takara Williams, I like her because she's like a fireball.
Yeah.
Right? She says it like it is.
Yeah.
She doesn't pull back. What you see is what you get. And I love that authenticity about her. And then when I saw her in California perform, she was amazing.
Yeah.
And I just love the whole show. What about you? Who were some of your favorites?
Man, honestly, that's hard. It's even like when people talk about like my career as a whole, they was like, oh, who's your favorite interview? They're all so different because I go in with it trying to learn the person and learn more about them. But I will say one of my favorite things that we were able to do was provide a segment for up and coming comedians to do stand-up, you know, in front of our live audience. And for me, that's important because when I came on to Comedy Hype, my thing was I wanted us to be more active in the community.
Yes.
Because we've been in Atlanta so long and a lot of people didn't know we were in Atlanta because we had such an online presence. So for me, that was a milestone of like being able to provide a platform for local up and coming comedians or even just somebody, you know, bypassing, coming through, stopping by whether they have a show or they're just in town, whatever the case is. So that's definitely one of my favorites. And then of course, you know, the different segments and just being able to show a different side other than just reporting.
Yeah,
reporting.
reporting.
Us a little bit.
Yeah. And when you mentioned the upcomers, I was thinking of Marcus Tab and Desi Alexander. I think the talent is there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next as well. Not just what we do next, but I want to see what some of these comedians do next. So that'll be interesting to watch. But how do you transition from this? Where do you go from this?
Man, you know, it's you know, I'm gonna be honest. Even when people ask that question, like just in life in general, it's like, oh, what's next? What's next? And it's like, I want to simmer where I am. Like, let
me enjoy it. Right.
We do that as creatives. Like, we do a project, and then we're like, oh, what's next? What's the next thing? And it's like, but did you take the time to really sit in it and appreciate it for what it is? And also, too, there's so much you can learn in the process. So I'm in no rush of trying to figure out the next thing. You know, I want to be able to reflect and really sit in and learn from this experience. So, yeah, that's where I am with it. But for Tell Me the Good News.
Yes.
You know, normally I report on some good news that's happening around the world. But, you know, I was thinking for the last show, there are good things happening around the world, but there's also good things happening here. So I want to highlight some of the things that we have going on.
Yes.
Within Comedy Hype, outside of Comedy Hype.
Yes.
You talk about the movies that you're in all the time. You know, we talk about it off camera, and I'm always, you know, asking and inquiring. So I think our audience deserves to know. So, Lester, for Tell Me the Good News. What good news can you tell me today?
So I'm going to be going to North Carolina this weekend, and I'm filming with Dr. Maya Speller, and we're going to be doing a documentary for her son.
Wow.
Her son was killed by the police here in Atlanta a couple years ago, and it was a big thing. And so she's trying to give back to the community, and she's also trying to give back to her son. So I'm excited about being a part of that.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
That's exciting. Oh, look, a round of applause for Lester for that. Well, I'll tell you my good news.
Yeah, what's yours?
So my good news is, as you know, I have a TV show called Black Friday Report. It's where myself and a special guest, we go and patronize a Black-owned business, and we give our report back. So 2 things. We've been renewed for a 2nd season.
Woo!
But season 1, and you're going to like this one, Lester,
Okay.
because we talked about it on the show.
Okay.
When Desi was on here.
Okay.
Season 1 can be found on Tubi.
Wow! Congrats!
Season 1, we're also on YouTube TV as well.
Nice.
So big things coming. I'm super excited as
Yeah.
this continues to unfold. So
Yeah, and can I just plug one of my friends?
Please.
She's here supporting us right now as we speak. Her name is Nadira Pankey, and she's an incredible screenwriter, director, producer, and she just got her script optioned. That's a big deal in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give her a salute. Congratulations, Nadira Pankey. You deserve that and everything else that comes your way.
I love that. You're always showing love.
Gotta
Lester,
show love.
This has been a great ride with you. I'm so honored to have been able to sit with you on this platform. And who knows? You never know where you may see the Comedy Hype News Show later.
You never know.
Who knows? Well, speaking of love, you know I have to close out with my quote. To everyone, always keep love, never lose hope, and know that your faith will works, always works. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Comedy Hype News Show Late Night, and hopefully we'll see you very soon for a 2nd season. I'm Symphony Thompson, and good night, everybody.